everybody, it's Connie with Connie's Crafty Corner. I wish y'all could see the last video I just filmed. I I wasn't paying a bit of attention, and y'all, I had my head, it was like a floating head is all you could see. I don't know what I did. I don't know where my mind was. I mean, I can clearly see myself in my phone and see that I'm from here up now, but I filmed my whole last video with just a head. But anyway, I don't even know if I've introduced myself. In case anybody's new here, I'm Connie, and this is Connie's Crafty Corner. Um, Today, I want to, as I go through the little squirrely chair here, I want to, first of all, tell you a little story time, and then I'm going to show you just a few things I've got to show you this week. And I hope I can get it through it, because I just got through telling this story, and I won't remember what I've said and what I hadn't said. But anyway, we went to Dollywood Saturday, myself, my husband, and we met my daughter, my son-in-law, and my grandson, Rowan. And we had a wonderful time. We were there probably around 4 hours or so. Yeah, about 4 hours. It started raining, but that's okay. We knew it was going to rain. But we got season passes because we only live a couple hours from Dollywood. But let me tell you, it was so funny. We get there, and I've got jeans on because first of all, I don't wear shorts. I just don't feel comfortable in them. And I wear capris and I wear stuff like that. I love wearing dresses in the summertime, you know, the flowy dresses and that type of thing. But I'm telling you folks, this has something to do with the whole story. I have gained so much weight. I have no clothes. I went and bought this at Walmart. It's a little bit big. This is like a 1X, but it's a little big on me. I should have got a smaller size. But let me tell you, y'all, I have gained so much weight. I have no clothes, and I felt my lack of exercise at Dollywood. Okay, if you've ever been to Dollywood, and I knew this, I just wasn't thinking, it's all up and downhill, up and downhill. Y'all, we get there, okay, I'm with my husband, and we get there about half hour, maybe about an hour before Sarah and Garrett are slated to arrive. And so we're going to go ride that new roller coaster. My husband cannot wait. So here we are trucking it up that hill. Now, y'all, he is an extremely fast walker. Has been, I've never known him to be anything else. He goes upstairs 2 at a time, doesn't hold on to anything. I mean, he just flies everywhere he goes. Well, then there's me. Now, first of all, my husband never would make me feel like I'm dragging behind, or he will always slow his pace down for me and that type of thing, because I'm just not that fast of a walker. And so, but I'm trying to hurry for his sake, because I know how bad he is, like a kid in a candy store when he's at an amusement park. He wants to ride everything, get there as quick as he can, ride as many times as he can. So we're trucking it up this hill. Now, keep in mind, I have jeans on. Tremendous humidity hit. So I'm like dying, you know, getting hot, thinking I have ruined my whole day wearing these jeans. I should have just wore something else. But it was cool, actually, when we got there. But anyway, we get to the top of the hill. I survived, and I thought, okay. And it finally cooled off, and the humidity was not there like it was. Well, we get in line, and we get in this long line, because it's a brand new roller coaster, Bear or something. I don't know the name of it. I could really care less. You know, this was all for my husband. And so we're in line, and, you know, it's moving steadily along. And then all of a sudden I notice it really slows down, and I get to looking, and there is a car stopped on the tracks. So my immediate thought is, let's get out of this line. I'm not riding something that's broke down. You know, that was me. But my husband wanted to wait. I'm sorry, my lips are so dry. My husband wanted to wait, so we waited, and we waited, and we waited. And I bet probably 30, 45 minutes went by, and we were still waiting. Droves of people started leaving the line, you know. And my first thought was, let's go. I'm not riding something that's broke down. Well, Sarah and Garrett were getting close to us, and, you know, we'd give them, you know, told them where we were at. And I finally get really frustrated, because I want to see the baby. That's really the whole reason I was there. Had nothing to do with Dollywood. I would have met them in a parking lot at a Walmart. You know what I mean? That's how much it meant to me. So finally, I persuaded the poor fella to get out of the line of the roller coaster, and he's frustrated. And y'all, it's not that he was angry, he was just frustrated. So then I get angry, because I'm mad at him for being frustrated. I want him to be as happy as I am to be finding Sarah, Rowan, and Garrett. Well, I made the mistake of letting Jeff call Sarah and give her directions. to where we're at. Jeff can get us anywhere we need to be, no problem. He cannot give directions. He's the worst direction giver ever. And Sarah, God bless her, sweet as she can be, smart as a whip, cannot take directions. So why I let those two communicate, I don't know. Anyway, long story short, they went totally the wrong way. They ended up in the county fair section, which is way on down, all the way across the park. So we start walking because we think maybe we'll run into them because hadn't realized they missed a whole turn to us. And so we get out and then we realize Sarah says they're at the county fair, which she's excited about because it's got a lot of little rides for Rowan. And I said, okay, Jeff, let's go. Well, it's all the way across the park. He wanted to ride rides, okay? And anyway, I get frustrated. So I take off just to flying across that park. I mean, you know, I'm not one to say anything, but he knew how I felt. So I start booking it across. Me and my little out of shape, going up and downhill person, you know. And my shoe on my right foot, for some reason I wasn't aware that it didn't fit correctly. My toes were hitting into that shoe. So y'all can only imagine the pain that I started getting in before this day was over. But anyway, we finally get there and everything's fine. Jeff sees Rowan. He hadn't saw Rowan since February. So he sees Rowan. Rowan throws his arms out, hugs him, buries his little head in his neck, and all is well with the world. They're best friends from that moment on. So, you know, we both got over our little spells, you know. But then we take off and we're going to ride some rides and do some things. Well, by this point, I'm hurting, y'all. I have barreled across that amusement park trying to find my grandson, frustrated, booking it as fast as I can take myself, my foot slamming into my shoe. And so, but then I was in pain, I'm telling you. So we spend the rest of the day, everything's fine. You know, I'm trying to keep up with everybody, foot about to fall off my leg, you know, trying not to say anything. Didn't want to look like the weak one amongst the crowd. But the funny part of this whole thing is because I didn't speak up and say, listen, guys, let's slow down a little bit. I don't need to be flying across this thing anymore. I'm in terrible pain. Y'all, I woke up Sunday and I couldn't hardly move. That is sad. I'm 56 years old and I could barely move from walking across a park, an amusement park. So that was eye-opening. And hopefully I'll do something to make changes so it'll be better next time. But who knows? We don't know. But anyway, that was my weekend. I had a great time. I got to see my sweet baby, Rowan. After we left the park, we went to a place to eat because it started raining, called something 35. It was a barbecue place. It had like a distillery, I think, kind of part of it. And it was good, but we probably wouldn't go back. I mean, it wasn't something I'd go out of my way to go eat again. It was good. I ended up not eating hardly anything because I was holding Rowan the whole time. He got fussy because he was tired, and he ended up falling asleep. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We had a wonderful time. But I just want to tell y'all what I went through this weekend. It was kind of funny. I laughed at myself all day Sunday thinking, I cannot believe that this is my life. But anyway, I just wanted to show you a few things I've done. I have hardly worked on anything, but I've worked a lot on what I've worked on. I don't know if y'all remember, I told you I had this, I always drop stuff in these videos. This Scrappy project where I'm using all my mini skeins to make an afghan. I'm doing 2 rows, and it's called Grandma's, no, what's it called? I think it's by Attic 24 or something. I will link the pattern below. But anyway, this is out of finger and weight mini skeins, like I said. And let's see if I can show you. See where the little marker, that's where I was at the last time I showed it to you guys. And this is what I've done just in these past, probably I started on this Friday, I think. And today is Tuesday. I've done this many. So this is the majority of what I worked on this week. And let me show you a little bit about how wide. I made it, I think, too wide, but it is what it is. I'm not going to change it. This is my progress so far. And of course, I'm probably pulling out stitches. And look at all the wonderful ends that I said I wasn't going to leave. I believe in. But I am loving this project. It's just mindless. It's easy. I can do it watching TV. And I'm just addicted to it. I love it. Well, I did finish another washcloth. You know, I knitted some washcloths. Let me see if I can show you the first one versus the second one. Okay. Y'all, you know, I can knit. I can knit. I'm not the best knitter, but I can knit and I can read a pattern knitting most of the time. If not, I do know how to look things up. But the way this washcloth works is you start in a corner and you increase until you get to a certain point, and then you do some short row corners, you know, as you turn the corner, and then you start decreasing. Well, y'all, I would start going along, and increase. I would forget that I'm on the decrease side. So I tried to fix what I could and just didn't worry about it because it is a washcloth. And y'all, I'm going to hold it up and you're going to see where I kept messing up. See that big old hunk right there? That is where I increased instead of decreasing. And I just left it because this is going to be a washcloth and who cares? And so this is the first one that I did. I got a little more focused on the second one. It's not near as bad, but I did it on the second one too. I guess caught it a little better. And actually, just look at the difference in sizes. I used the exact same needle and everything. Look. That's just how knitting is when I'm doing these dishcloths. I'm using a size 7 needle, which I think is like a 4.5 or something. I may try to go down and maybe use a smaller one next time. I don't know. To maybe get it a little tighter. But I personally love how knit, you know, how soft and drapey it is for like a washcloth. I think I love that. But just show you comparison of how my skills are different with crochet versus knitting. Look how much straighter this is. And I've got a big old hair hanging off of it. But these are going to be my dishcloths. That's the reason I'm doing this, is so I can tell what's my dishcloths and what's my washcloths. So I won't have to worry, you know, about that. But I was going to show you some of my mini skeins that I've got. I forgot when I've shown you that blanket. These are the mini skeins I've got left that I can put in my blanket. I'm not going to be able to show them all to you because I got a lot. But see, I've got these right here. And I've got this. And y'all, I'll just show you. I've got this mini. That's what I'm pulling them out of. And these are those reusable grocery bags that I got off Amazon. And I'll link these in the bottom. I use these a lot in my craft room. But I've also got another bag full of ones I've already gotten caked up. It's going to go in my blanket. And this is, you know, there's a bunch in here. I'll show you. Y'all, I drop something every time I film a video. See, that's how full this one is. And, what's this? Wait, what was that? Oh, here's another whole bag of them that I have not schemed up. Just to show you how many I've got. And look, this one's really full. But this is just really full of mini skeins. And I've gotten these from advent calendars. I've got them from subscription boxes. Socks. Oh, sorry, y'all. Oh, sorry. I hope I didn't make anybody dizzy. Subscription boxes where I got sock sets. And, of course, have never made the socks. So I just pulled all the mini skeins out and thought, well, you know, I'm just going to go for it and use them. But I've also, this is the actual box that I'm working out of. I got these, I think, off Amazon. And I love them. This is where I keep my Scrappy stuff like this. And I put them in my shelves, and this fits really good in these shelves right here, see? So I've got all those stacked there, but this is what I've got to work with. I know it's not going to finish the afghan. I'm sure I'll have many more mini skeins left over the years. And I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish that, but I'm just going to keep on until one day I call it done. And I'm also using leftover, if I have a fingering weight project, I'm using that yarn in this also. So that's how I'm using up my scraps. Now, if the scrap's not big enough to finish 2 whole rows, I am actually putting it in my Cozy Memories afghan, or blanket, I think is what she calls it, from the Cozy Cottage Crochet. I always get her name. Is that it? The Cozy Cottage Crochet? Y'all, I have the memory of a gnat. I cannot remember anything. They may remember a lot. I just don't know. And I've only done 4 squares on that thing. I have not worked on it at all. And it'll probably be my next binge project that I work on, because it's another very simple pattern and super easy to do. But I was going to show you my progress on my quilt. Now, when I put the binding on, I ironed it and held it with these Wonder Clips, which I love. If anybody's ever used them, you'll know what I'm talking about. They're amazing. And I've been working on the binding, and as I do it, I pull them off. So I've gotten one whole side done, and then half of the other side. And thank goodness the whole side that I finished is a long side. Y'all, I don't know what I was thinking doing black on black for the binding and the backing of this quilt, because I cannot see what I'm doing, y'all. I'm doing it by feel. And that's even with wearing one of those little neck lights. I mean, it's awful. It's terrible. I'm terrible. But I got this done in one sitting, and I'm probably going to work on this again this evening because I've got to get it done for Carrie's Spook Your Spring Make-Along. So, but if anybody hadn't seen it from one of my previous videos, this is what I'm actually working on. And this is just a layer cake of fabric that I bought that I just cut up and just sewed together. And I actually didn't use all of it. I've got a bunch of scraps I'm going to do a real scrappy something out of one day. And just made this up. I mean, I wasn't following any kind of pattern, and I'm bad to do that when I'm quilting. So, because I just wanted something very basic. So I've got this left to finish. And, oh, I was going to show you this magazine. Let me get myself fixed. Now, this is a magazine that I used to buy. Now, my daughter's 26 years old. I started buying this magazine. She was probably 3 or 4 when I first heard about it. She was born in 97, and we probably got a computer in 99, maybe. She couldn't have been much old. It couldn't have been much later than that. And I discovered forums. You know, they had like sewing forums, quilting forums, you know, forums for dogs, forums for this, everything. And so they started talking about this magazine. And I call it Otterbury. I don't know what the name of it is. Otterbury Design. And I still have all of my old ones. And I loved sewing out of these because they're more, I don't know if current's what you want to call it, because I know that the other magazine, I mean, the other, you know, the big 4, you know, Butterick, Simplicity, McCall's, and Berta, I don't know what the other 4th one is, has cute patterns also, but I just have always loved these patterns that's in this book. They're just so cool, and they've always have really cool little details to them. Y'all, my shirt is just hanging so low. It's almost too big for me, but I bought it anyway. Here's another little example. I'm trying to just show you little boy stuff, but I guess I could show you little girl stuff too, in case any of you are interested. Look how beautiful this little dress is. They just have such cute stuff. And maybe it's their photography. Maybe it's the fabrics they choose. But they just always have had such cute stuff. And this on the back is actually a little bathing suit that you can make. I used to make little bathing suits for Sarah all the time. I just loved it. Oh, this is cute. Little girl's dress. But I ordered this off Otterbury.com. The reason I ordered it is because of Rowan. Now, I've probably got 3, 4, 5 years worth over there. They print one every season. You know, and I could have went through those because they're just as cute. It doesn't matter that they're 20-something years old. They still look just as good for today than they did as they did then. But, you know, just an excuse to buy something else, I guess. But I'm going to keep it for about a year. I've got my second one. I'm going to get 2 more, and I'm probably going to stop. Because I honestly, there's so many that's in those other magazines that I can use that I don't need to be buying them. So I won't renew it when it comes up. But I thought I'd share that with y'all. It's a great, okay, here's the way it works. They've got the magazine, and they've got they got sections like this that give you all the details of the magazine. And they do print this in tons of different languages. But then they've got the one page that shows all the line drawings of the outfits. And they do print it for women. I think they have a family one and they have the kids one. And I've made a ton of stuff out of the women one for myself back in the day. I love how their patterns fit me. They're easy to grade and change and all that. And I found the sizing closer to ready to wear than I ever found in like McCall's or Butterick or Simplicity, any of those for myself personally. They just fit me better. Now, was I ever a perfect fitter or tailor or whatever? No, Lord, no. But I did what I had to do. Um, but I think that's all that I've got to show you guys today. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. And thank you so much to all my new subscribers. I keep forgetting to say that at the first of my videos. So I hope some of you watch and see that I so enjoy your comments, and I so enjoy the fact that y'all are here interacting, because I love it. I just love it. It's like y'all are my friends, because I don't get out into the real world and see a lot of people. Now, I did make myself go to another sewing store, and it's only like 2 or 3 miles from my house. I think it's called So Easy. I can't, y'all, I'm terrible with names. And they were super nice in there. They do offer a lot of classes that I may can get involved in and meet new people. I told my husband I was going to go to that other place that I went. I can't remember the name of it. And go, I'm going to go on Wednesdays and go for that sit and sew. And y'all see how I haven't been. But with all honesty, my husband had COVID last week or week before, I can't remember. And then I just hadn't, I'm not going tomorrow. I think today's Tuesday. I'm not going tomorrow because I really need to be cleaning up my house. So anyway, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.